Good morning, my YouTube family and friends. I pray that everyone is having a beautiful, blessed Sunday in the mighty, mighty, mighty name of Jesus. Oh yes, his name is mighty. His name is mighty. And I was trying to turn the heater to get it a little warm in here, y'all, and I turned the air on. Didn't mean to do that because it's like 64 degrees. So what the temp says here in the car, but it's cool. It's not terribly cool, but and I'm not complaining because it feels good. But I was just trying to, get just a little warmth there. But anyway, I'm on my way, of course, to worship service, and I'm so super excited, as I always am, because the Lord woke us up to see another day. So I'm just thankful, y'all. I really am in this place that I'm in. I'm so thankful. I'm thankful. I know I say that all the time, but we all should be saying that. We all should say it all the time. But so yeah, I woke up. Well, I didn't wake up late. Let me just tell the truth. I don't come on here lying. So I woke up at the time I set the alarm for on my phone, but I didn't get up. So I always set it for 6:15, and that's plenty time, to get ready, because really I don't truly have to leave until 7:30. So you see how much time that is. But I always hit the snooze. That's okay. I'll hit it to 6:30, and then from 6:30 it went to 7:15. From 6:30 to 7:15, I didn't get up. I actually didn't get up until 7:15. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But the Lord always allowed me to, because I don't remember setting the alarm from 6:30 to 7:15, but I was sort of in and out of sleep. I wasn't sleep. So he always allows me to get up, like, okay, it's time for you to get up. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't set the alarm. I just was like, oh, 7:15, I got to get up. So which gave me only really 15-20 minutes to get ready. But it's 7. When I left the house, it was 7:50, like 7:53 or 7:50 or something like that. So anyway, as I've always previously mentioned, it takes a little bit to get to our church, because it's like 20. It's like, I'm gonna say, honestly, it's like 20 minutes away. So it's not a long way, but and the route that I go, the lady, which lives not too far from us, she goes to our church. She was telling me, she said, which way do you go? Because what I like about people here, they're always trying to help you and stuff, and I'm like, some of my old ways, creeping up on me, and I'm like, but I listen to them. I mean, I don't just disregard it, but they're always, they always like, which way do you go? Because they want to help you. They truly, genuinely want to help you. Like, let me share with you the way I go. So she was trying to tell me a little bit after we moved, in this new place, which was last year. A little bit after that, because that's when she found out that we were not too far from her. So she said, yeah, I said, it's another way you can go, and I was like, and I think I know the way she's referring to, which is the way the Uber, when I had to deal with riding an Uber from because my job is not too far from where we live either, but but I think the way she's referring to is the route they will take me back to the lady we used to live with. So, which is, to me, that's a little out of the way for me. Maybe it's not, but you go through a lot of red lights. So I think I like this way better, but I'm pretty sure that's the way she was referring to. So I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate you trying to help me with that. But like I said, if I work, it's not even about how long it takes to get there. It's just getting up. But I think how the conversation came about is when she mainly when she found out we had, we're closer to where she lived, because she said, where do you live, in that area. So then that's when I told her, and then she after she found that out, that's when she was asking about which route do I take. So yeah. be to God, I didn't want to do anything. So all the things that I did, I normally do on Saturday, I did them on Friday, since I was already off. So I thank the Lord for that. Because usually when I say I'm going to do something, most of the time I don't follow through, like with a task or something around the house or something. So that made me feel really, really good that I actually, came through on that, follow through is what I'm trying to say. So I did not step foot at that house. I completed all of my laundry, and I did, the towels and washcloths and stuff like that, and bedding. I was able to do my bedding because normally I do my bedding on today, because it's so much of it. But I didn't even have to. I completed that on last night, so I was like, okay, I feel accomplished. that feels good. It feels really good. So I sort of see what they refer to when they're talking about, okay, I completed everything I set out to do. I get that, but I'm not a to-do list person, task or whatever you want to call it. But that made me feel really good that I was able to, do what I set out to do, which was nothing. But it still made me feel real good, because it's the little things. I'm learning to. When I talk to some of the patients, when I'm scheduling them, when I'm working, and a lot of the older ladies, I love when they say that to me, because it makes it. I listen. I'm hearing them when they always. Some of them will say, "Be kind to yourself," be easy on yourself. So, because I'm sure they're telling me that because they have to remind themselves to be that way too. And I'm like, okay, I will. So, and either they'll say, don't be so hard on yourself. So, yeah, it feels good when you're genuinely encouraged by somebody. That feels really good. So anyway, yeah, that I did not go anywhere. I got up and I set out. I'm really striving, y'all. I'm gonna do. I believe the only way that I just have to have accountability. But first of all, we have accountability to Jesus, of course. But it's good when we can share things with others down here, and so that helps me in accountability as well. So I really, really tried to eat good yesterday because I said, okay, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna eat good today. I actually had that on my mind when I woke up yesterday morning, but I did not. I ended up getting had some canes. I don't know if y'all familiar with canes, but I don't eat chicken anymore, but they have chicken and fries, and they have like Texas toast and slaw. They have that, and they have of course sweet tea, and they don't really have any sides really. They have mainly it's mainly just the main meal, the food. But anyway, I end up eating only thing I get from there is fries, toast, and I was gonna get the slaw yesterday, but I didn't get the slaw because their slaw to me it's not really good. But anyway, I just got and that's just my opinion, but I just got the toast, the fries, and the tea. I got a big jug of sweet tea, which I did not need, but I had that. I did a DoorDash for that, and because that's all I wanted. But prior to that, I had that veggie pizza, which I ate half of it this time. But for some reason, y'all, that pizza didn't taste as good as it did Friday night. The taste is super good. Friday night that pizza was good, and it was the same can, but I don't know what I don't think I did anything different, but it didn't taste the same. It did not taste the same. So, and it could have very well been that I was just really, really hungry Friday night, and because I hadn't had one in a while, so it could have been that too. And I was just really wanting that, and that's why it was. Because sometimes I feel like when something is really, really good to you, you've been craving it, and it's not because it's indeed so good. It's because that's what you really, really wanted. So I believe that's what was going on there. But then what I had yesterday, I was like, this don't really taste the same. So anyway, I ate half of it and I left the other half, but I'm like, didn't like the way that tasted. It just didn't taste right. And I cooked it just, I always cook it where it's it ain't, I like the crust. I don't like the pizza crust burnt, around the edges. I like it just exactly well done. So where the veggies are sort of steaming on there, Friday, that was perfect. That was just about perfect. So anyway, I won't be getting one of those for a while because I think I had my fill of those. I had that 2 days in a row. So take a break from that. So yeah, I'm almost to church. I think I'm just 7 or 8 minutes out. But I just pray everyone is having a beautiful, blessed day. Yeah, this is the dress that I got Friday from Ross. I just love their dress. It's long, y'all. It's like all the way to the floor, just about. It's so long. But I got my the shoes I have on with it, sort of course, it don't make it that long. But yeah, it's was able to find, and see that's what the reason I like going to that Ross, the one I always say that's always crowded. I guess it's just always crowded because they got some nice clothes. They have nice items, and that's why everybody is always in there. They doing like I am, like this is the place to go, because like I said, everywhere, that other one that I went to, which I uploaded the video on that, I ended up not buying it. I'm trying to think, did I actually get a dress out of there that Saturday? I don't think I did. I didn't. I went in there and I looked, but the dresses that they had in there were, and oh yeah, that's another thing. For some reason, their dresses are like 24 and up, some of the dresses. And then like the ones that are maybe $15 or $16, which is, I think I paid $15 for this one. That's the kind of deal I like. I don't like it because the dresses are not even that, I'm like, it ain't even worth no $25. Look at the store it's in. Yeah, it's nice, but okay, if I can get it a little less, that's my goal. But anyway, yeah, that's why I go to that one, the other one. But it's getting ready to get cooler, so like I said, I may try to instead of going in the store all the time buying dresses, I may find me a different take, do something different, because I know a lot of women, they order their dresses and stuff like from Amazon or whatever. But I'll just see how the Lord leads me on that, because I just really like, I'm attempting to build up my wardrobe, because y'all, I had so many clothes when we left Tennessee. Oh my gosh, I had dresses, because that's all I generally wore to church back in Tennessee. But then it had gotten where I would just wear maybe some black slacks or brown slacks or something like that, and then I wear a real nice blouse, because most of the time I was singing in the choir, so we had a robe on. Or they had Sundays where they would do colors, so we're gonna wear black and white, Sunday, because they were getting, when it would get warmer, they would encourage, we would not wear the robes because they were so hot. So and I didn't bring my tea this morning, y'all. I just got my sparkling, camera don't flip around. I got my sparkling water. So and I don't know why I didn't bring my little container. This is very much an acquired taste. I think I'm using that word right. Because I remember when I first purchased these, I was like, yuck. But for me, it gives me that little kick, like in my mind, I think I'm drinking something else, but it's just sparkling water, but it's good. It's good. But I have to have them, I keep them, of course, in the fridge, but I have to have them really super cold. I don't like them when they're room temperature, because there's a bunch of fizz. But yeah, when I keep them in the fridge, and it keeps them really, really cold, almost icy, and that's how this one tastes. So it tastes good. So I'm gonna try it again. try to get back on my healthy. I was doing so good. I kind of been splurging and just doing all over the place since I was off last week. I was just whatever. But like I said, I'm remembering the words of the lady I used to work with in Tennessee. She said how she would avoid eating something that she didn't need to eat. She said she didn't buy it. I said, that's a good idea. Well, at the time, I didn't want to hear it because that's when I was drinking Cokes and eating out. My eating was all out of control. But she said, I said, so how do you, because I was asking, I was like, you are so disciplined. And even the lady who we used to live with, I know, I was watching that about her. She was very disciplined. Very. I used to commend her on that. And I know it was just the Lord helping her, using her so I could, see what she was doing. But yeah, she had a routine. She'd get up in the morning, read her devotion, a Bible. She'd go downstairs, and that's when she was working. She's had and I do that. I've been doing that, but it was so evident, and she, as I was telling her, I said, you're just so content, I told her that, and she just looked at me, because something that comes natural for somebody or easy, they don't look at it like somebody else is looking at it. At the time that was a struggle for me, but she didn't look at it. She was like, what are you talking about? This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. But she just smiled or whatever. But I would often tell her that. I said, you are so disciplined. I said, I love it. And it encouraged me, even though I wasn't doing it, some of the stuff she was doing. But she wasn't. But I did notice she started eating out. She was not eating out when we first moved in with her. Like, she wasn't she wouldn't. She would just buy, like, she would eat whatever was in her pantry. She wasn't eating out. But then I noticed towards a month or so, when before we was getting ready to leave, she started buying like chicken. You know how the little chicken boxes or whatever, and I was like, she eating out. So I was like, oh Lord, I kind of felt a little type of way, because I'm like, am I rubbing off on her in a bad way? Because yeah, she was not doing that, because she would put on a pot of pintos, and I said, that's all you gonna eat? She said, that's all I'm gonna eat. And she said, she said she didn't waste money, which is a good habit. But it was just little stuff I was noticing about her, and I really liked. But of course, as in anyone, she was struggling in other areas, but she would share with me. But yeah, that's one thing I did notice about her. I was like, she is so disciplined. So I'm gonna get there. I was there. I can be there. But I just, like I said, I'm gonna get back on track, because I don't want to intake a lot of sugar, and also the plant-based meat, that helps me stay focused too. When I get eat that with some onions and veggies and stuff, that helps me stay focused too. So I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I've made it to church. Thanks be to God. And I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll talk to you after church. Bye-bye. Hello, my YouTube family and friends. I'm back. It's 12:38. So I ended up, it's been a couple of hours after the first worship service, which we always go to I always go to the early service, which is the 8:45 service. So today was different, because the Lord had told me, it was last week sometime, but it was in my spending time with him, he told me, in all honor, glory, and praise to him, but he literally told me to go to the women's prayer group. So they meet right after the early service. So they meet right after, I think, just maybe a few minutes afterwards. But anyway, I obeyed, and I went, and it felt so good to obey, and I said, okay, Lord. And so I was thinking about it, during the worship service, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. So I was looking forward to it, and I'm so glad I went. It was just a few of us in there, but it was such a blessing. It's like, of course, Jesus was in the room, so that's why it felt like the room was full, but it was because he was there. So yeah, it was just the Holy Spirit was in that place. So I'm so thankful that I obeyed Him and I went, which I had shared previously on this channel. Spent some videos back, and I said how I wanted to be involved in the church because they have so many ministries here. I mean, so many. Like, literally, you have no excuse not to be involved at this church, because it's so much to do. It's so much. You can serve. You can work in we have a cafe. You could serve tea, coffee, danishes, muffins. I mean, it's so much to do. It's like, if you're saying there's nothing to do, you're just lying, because it's so much. It's so much. And so, but it's not even about, it's so much to do. It's about, are you willing to do that? So, any of that. So, but I thank the Lord for that. I've been just, I've been a greeter for quite a while now, but, I was looking to, do other work, be in other ministries, and I thought about a few times going to the singles ministry, but it didn't, it was like the Lord was not telling me to go at that particular time, and He's still not. I haven't heard Him do that, but I heard Him so clearly say that to me last week, to go to the women's prayer group. And people can, like, I had so many women. Well, the lady who I was sitting next to, she had actually, I told her, and the lady sitting across from me, both of them had previously invited me, but I was like, I just didn't feel, compelled to go. But last week, the Lord said, and see, and He knows that. Jesus knows that. I like to do things when He tells me to do it. Because I found when He don't tell you to do something, it's not going, I don't feel like it's going to be, in vain or anything like that. But it's the timing. It's the timing of it. He knows it's perfect timing. He knows when He wants you to, okay, I want you to do this because this person gonna be there, or something you gonna say, something they gonna say, a prayer gonna be said. It's a purpose in it. It's a purpose. So that's why it's called God's perfect timing. Whereas maybe if you just doing stuff on your own out here, you may not have that same whatever as it would have had had He told you. And so that's where I'm at, and that's why I was sharing that with them at the end of the meeting. I so like to be led by Him. I don't, I used to take that so lightly, how people, and some people just use that so loosely, like, oh, I was led to, buy that car, or I was led to do this. Like, they use that term so loose, those words so loosely, but it's more than, you got to make sure, know that that Jesus told you to do something, because, it ain't no playing around about that. Because He, like I said, I don't believe it'll be in vain or anything like that. But you want Him to do a great work in you for that purpose, and so that's where that timing is at. And so, because I had been invited. I don't know why there's so much traffic out here, y'all. It's on a Sunday usually, but I guess everybody's out moving around now. But I was invited, those times that I was invited, to where I went today, I just wasn't moved to go. I was not. And I wasn't being stubborn, but it was just like, they were inviting me, but it was just like, okay, I heard them invite me, but I had no desire. I didn't feel like God wanted me to go. That's what I'm trying to say. At that particular time. So, and I didn't go. And I've been invited to, we have it's quite a few things I've been invited there. But, and I didn't, I always pray and say, Lord, just use me, send me, I go. But yeah, last week He literally told me, I heard Him just as clear as I could hear Him. He said, go, I want you to go. And I'm so glad. And the lady she was saying it to me. She said, it's good you obeyed. I said, yeah. I said, I do my best. I don't always get it right. But I'm thankful I did this time. So y'all, I'm gonna get me a chai tea. I just got a taste for that right now. So I was trying to get tea at church. Yes, I like a medium chai tea, hot, please.
A medium hot?
Chai, yeah. Hot, and then
And that was hot, right?
yes, please. Yeah. Yeah, and then let me have can I just get like an egg, just an egg on the egg croissant? Can I get it?
Just an egg croissant?
Yeah, just an egg
Do you
croissant.
want any cheese on that?
No cheese, please.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Perfect. Have you got it?
Okay. I don't like cheese on mine. Sometimes they put too much cheese on there. I'll be back, y'all. I gotta pay with my phone. Oh, thank you. Something when I'm driving, and I like to be careful. But I just got me, or as you heard, I just got me a egg, just an egg croissant, because that's all I really wanted. Part right here. Right across from the liquor store. They again, y'all haven't been over here in a while. So here it is, y'all. It's I don't know if y'all can see it. This is a super big egg on a croissant. Last time I got it was pretty good. I had it DoorDash. It's pretty good. Here it is. I'm gonna show it to you. So yeah. It's to see that, but it's always good. But I don't know why they never give you any napkins. I don't understand that. I just don't. But I have I got some wipes in here, so I'm good. But I don't know what that is. But the young lady was literally standing by a whole thing of napkins, dispenser of napkins, but they never, for whatever reason, they never offer them to you or put them in your bag. So that man, looked like he was coming at that store with Red Bulls. But anyway, the liquor store, so I guess they sell everything. But I'm not judging, I'm just noticing. But yeah, it was a really good prayer meeting. It was. I'm so glad I went. Cause like I said, it's a difference when you're invited somewhere as opposed to, you know, of course God telling you to go. So he's the one. He the one. So if he's telling you to go, you better go. Yeah, that was wonderful. And it's almost like it's just encouragement back in your soul, even though it's right after worship service, but it's a reinforcement. It's an add-on, you know, because you already don't got the word, but it's an add-on. It's some more. Let me give you some more for you for this week. That was good. So glad I went. And Jesus don't lie. He never fails. Like I say, when he tell you to do something, you better do it. So, and I was trying to find out from the lady, her greeters. So I was trying to find out from her, the gist of it, how it works. So she said normally it's a few more women in there, but it was just I think it was only about it was only 5 of us in there today. But she said normally sometimes it's 8 or 9 women. That's okay. So hopefully I get to meet the other ladies, or the ones who usually come next time. But yeah, that was good. It blessed my soul. Well, again, I had prayed to Jesus and I said, Lord, I want to be involved and more. Because before today I was just going, I go and I serve on Sunday, I'm greeting, and I go home. And I don't go back to the next Sunday, but I feel like this is gonna open up some more doors for me there. But I'm not gonna just jump in. I'm gonna take my time. Because the lady, me and another lady was talking there, and she was saying she got, because sometimes you get so excited about something new, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be a part of that ministry. I'm gonna be a part, and next thing you know, you ain't a part of no ministry because you're overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna take my time. Follow as God leads me. But if God is telling you to do something for real, and so for real, do it. There's so much purpose in that. And like I said, that was on my mind doing worship service. I was like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I went, y'all. So I pray you all are having a beautiful, blessed day. In the mighty name of Jesus. This is what I was trying to get at the church, but I'm glad I didn't get anything to drink while I was in there, because I'm glad I waited. back at work tomorrow, y'all. I can't lie. I'm ready. I'm so ready because just staying at home all week, which I did things. I mean, I had things I had to do, but after a while, it's so much of nothingness you want to do. I'm just being real. Some people may say, some people just like doing nothing, but I'm like, okay. And that's how it's always been. If I'm off, like for one, we had the long weekend, so if I had to go to work that Tuesday, Labor Day was last Monday, so if I had to have gone to work that Tuesday, then I would have been like, not complaining, but I would have been like, oh, that went by fast. But I was so carefree this time last Sunday, because I was like, I'm off tomorrow, which is Monday. I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so, me and my daughter, I was going to do something with her at the last minute, but that's why we went to Boulder that weekend prior to that, because I knew it was going to things were going to kind of go fast. So I was like, instead of trying to cram everything in before she leave, it allowed her to rest. Now, we all rested on Monday. We didn't go anywhere, do anything special. Just rested. Got up late, woke up, went to bed late, woke up late. And then Tuesday, I was gonna do some things with her, but I'm trying to think. Tuesday, I don't think I went anywhere. We went anywhere Tuesday either. But Wednesday was when, of course, she flew out. She left. So yeah, it was. And then Thursday, then I had the accident. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday. Thursday, I stayed at home. Friday, I did some running around Friday to avoid doing anything yesterday. And yesterday, I didn't do anything. And today, I'm back out again. But like I said, I'm thankful. I won't be saying that for a long time. Because, a lot of people say, well, I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. But even I've come in contact with a lot of people who are retired. And I didn't see that man. I didn't see my buddy at church today. Who's retired. I was gonna tease him about how that made me feel last week. I felt retired for a week. But I didn't see him today. I sure didn't. I hope he's okay. There's a man there that's friends with him. I should have asked him. I don't know if he would have known where he was at, but I think they're pretty close. But anyway, yeah, now I think about it, I didn't see him go past me today. But yeah, I won't be complaining about. I wasn't really complaining, but I was grumbling about it. I'm gonna be doing that for a long time. So that not having something to do, and even though I don't do a whole lot, but like I said, more than we realize, work consumes a lot of our days. It takes up the whole day just about. And that's why a lot of people are looking forward to being off, because they're like, okay, I'm pressed for time because I've been at work all day or whatever. But yeah, I won't be saying that for a long time, because I'm grateful to have a job. I really am. And but it wasn't so much I was complaining about working, it was just about rest. I wanted rest, in which God, He allowed me to receive that rest last week. So I'm all rested up. But what I was gonna say, is a lot of people I've come in contact with here, I talk to. They of course, the older people, and they'll say, and I don't think they mean it in an ugly way or anything, but they'll just say, you'll say something to them, and then they'll say, oh, I'm retired, I don't have to worry about that. But y'all, more than you realize, and I know this from experience, because my mom, she's retired. My stepdad is too. A lot of people who are retired, not everybody, but most people, they're bored. They looking for something to do. I've seen videos about it. They just doing, let's just be honest. They just doing nothing. They're just doing nothingness all day, because they're trying to find. A lot of them have worked, for years and years and years, and they just trying to find something to consume their day. They working around the house. They in the yard. It's gonna get cool, so they won't be able to do that. So then they're gonna they'll resort to just a lot of people shop. A lot of people what's the other thing they do? They go get them another job, maybe a part-time job. Some of them, not everybody do that, but they just looking to they're looking for something to fulfill their day. That's what they're doing. And a lot of them, instead of getting involved in their church, or some of them may not be in the Lord, but that will consume a lot of your time. That's what somebody was saying. I heard a lady was saying to me earlier today. She was saying, the Lord said, you got time to do everything I ask you to do. And that's so true. We get so busy, and we act like we just got so much to do. But when it comes to Jesus, we want to say, okay, we want to limit his time. He said, but you had time to watch those shows on Netflix. You had time to watch all them YouTube videos. You had time to do all this other stuff that don't even really matter. But you ain't got time for me. The creator of all things. Who know your beginning and who sure know your end. But yeah, one thing one thing that's really stood out in the prayer meeting for me was that how all of us are going through something. Everybody's going through something. Everybody. You can say all day long, oh, I'm good, I'm okay. And which you will be okay if you have Jesus. You're gonna be better than okay. He's gonna work it out. But what I'm saying, a lot of times we need to just come just get out of our own way and say, you know what, I'm gonna put my pride aside, and I'm just gonna share what's going on with me. And that's one thing I could say the Lord has really blessed me in that way. I don't mind sharing what I'm going through. Some people, I gotta watch what I say. No, because I'm no longer bound by that. That no longer holds me down, if you will. So I don't care. I don't care if that I used to make bad decisions. I don't care if that I used to fornicate. I don't do it no more. God delivered me from that. A lot of people are ashamed. They don't want to talk about what they, what stuff they used to do, because some of them still doing that stuff. Some of them are still doing it. That's why they don't want to talk about it. But I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. But yeah, we all are going through something. We really are. And we just got to ask the Lord to help us with what we're going through. And he will. He'll do just that. He'll do just that. But thank you, Jesus. And the other thing that a lot of people who don't work and stuff, they pick up bad habits. That's another thing. They doing stuff that they probably ordinarily wouldn't do if they was working, because they feeling some type of way, or they, okay, I'm going through a lot of stuff, and they feel like they feel like drinking and doing all this other stuff that's not of God. They feel like that's okay, you know, well, this is my escape, this is what I need to do, but it's really not. It's really not. But God just had to, you know, get their attention. And how he gonna get their attention? You know, a lot of people feel like I said, when things happen to us in our life, we don't feel like we feel like it's just happening to us. Oh, we've been a bad person, or we just going through something because we got to go through it. But the Lord said, no, you're going through it for a purpose. I'm getting your attention. So that man just went. He just went in the store, in this liquor store, and he came back out empty-handed. So I pray whatever he was trying to get, maybe they didn't have it in stock. So see how God, I don't know what he went in there for, but I just noticed he came back out empty-handed. So yeah, I pray that the Lord will work through him. And somebody else in that car too, sending someone in the back seat. So I pray whatever they trying to do that's not of him, of Jesus, that he prevented. His peace, the peace is in him, not in a liquor store. But yeah, I thank the Lord for what he gonna do in their lives too. I do. So but yeah, that was really nice. I'm so thankful that I went to that. I really am. But we can learn so much, y'all. We can learn so much through other people and through their experiences, what they're having to go through and deal with. And you know, there was a time I was so self-centered, and excuse me, I wanted to hear what other people were going through, but it didn't really, you know, I didn't tie that to my life. Like, I was like, yeah, well, they going through that, you know, so what? But now I'm paying attention to what everybody says, you know, and their testimonies and everything. And it helps me. It encourages me. It grows me up. So yeah, I'm so thankful, y'all. And I was sharing that with them as well. I said, I don't even know if I'm supposed to. I said, but we're in God's house, so I'm sure it's okay with him. But I shared with them about the accident that me and my daughter had, or that I had on Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning. And so one of the ladies says, I'm so thankful you're here, and you came and you obeyed God, and y'all didn't get hurt or nothing. I said, me too. That makes two of us. I said, I'm so thankful. I said, I'm not ashamed to tell what God done did in my life. It was nobody but him that I mean, and I'm not a doom gloom person, but like I said, that could have went a whole nother way. It could have went a whole nother way, and we could have, you know, I was telling them, I said, someone could have got transported to the hospital. Someone could have got hurt real bad. My daughter hit on her side, so she could have got banged up real bad and caused her to miss her plane, where she could have had to stay another day or so. I mean, it's so many different scenarios that could have happened. But and then I was talking to a gentleman earlier in the worship, before the worship service started this morning, and he was like, but God already knew that was gonna happen. I said, he did. He was telling me, he said he knew that it was gonna be nothing to it, because he was gonna protect you. I said, that's right. So I wouldn't take nothing for my journey. What that incident, what that taught me is to just be more careful. You know, quit. You know, if I say I'm gonna go one way, go that way. Quit, you know, second guessing myself. And that's all it was, because I was telling them in the prayer meeting, I said, I was alert. I had my tea. I wasn't sleepy. I can't blame it. And it was nobody's fault but mine. I can't even say I was sleepy. I was none of that. But I just wasn't paying attention. But God protected this car. He protected us in this car, me and my daughter, and he protected the other people in the other car. So he's a mighty good God, y'all. He's a mighty good God. Oh yes, he is. Who wouldn't want to serve him? He's so caring and loving and powerful and faithful when we are faithless. So y'all, I was thinking about going to a thrift store, but sort of don't want to go in this. I'm not ashamed that I'm dressed up, but I'm just I know once I go back home, I'm not gonna want to come back out. So that's gonna be a no if I do that. So sometimes I just like to do stuff while I'm out, but it's nothing I need though. It's really not. That'll just be a waste of time, and if I buy anything, it's nothing that I need there. Nothing. So I think I'm just gonna go on home. This tea is good, y'all. I wish I learned how to make this at home. Make it. I looked it up, and it ain't hard to make, but I just can't never get. I don't know. I wish I could have like a cup of this waiting on me every morning. It would be lovely. So good. And I quit getting the cold. One because I always get the hot now, because the cold one, when I add the ingredients, it's too sweet for me. So I quit getting. That's like drinking just pure sugar. So I quit buying that one. I was buying it, initially to stay alert while I was working, and it's indeed, it keeps you alert because it's sugar. It's a lot of sugar. But so I just get this one now, the hot one. So yeah, I got the egg. They got on here egg cheese, but I got no cheese, so I just got an egg croissant. It was good. It's light too. I'm not heavy. I don't feel heavy from it. And it's chai tea. So, like I said, I'm gonna get ready to head home, because I'm just gonna rest the rest of this day. Not gonna cook anything today. See what they want. They'll probably DoorDash them something. And just rest, because I did all my laundry, and I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready for this week. So I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but I'll just see how I feel. But I may try to go, since the Lord placed that in my spirit, to go to that Bible study this morning. I may try to go to the Bible study this Wednesday. I'll see how, how the Lord leads me. Because usually when I get off work, I'm just like, my brain is just, I'm like so tired. Because, my job, not only am I, working, I'm encouraging people, I'm praying with them. It's a constant giving out, which I love it. I wouldn't take nothing for it. But I'm saying, I just wanna rest when I get off work. So I'll see, because I get the word they teach on Sunday, they takes me all the way through the next Sunday, to be honest. But we all can get recharged, but yeah, I feel recharged just from Sunday. Now there's a lot of people just riding around. This little plaza, it's a donation place, a cleaners, family dentistry, barbershop. It's a lot of little stores in this plaza. And a liquor store on the end. See, I still have to drink all my tea. It was good. It was light. It was very light. You know, it wasn't heavy. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm just gonna go home because, like I said, there's nothing else I need to do. And that's what me and the other lady was talking about. She agreed her. She was saying that too. She said, I have a few errands to, she said she off tomorrow. She said, I have a few errands to run, but she said, she was saying normally, you know, she just stay at home. I heard, me too. I said, I'm a homebody anyway. But I said, I don't have to be out and about. I mean, that's why, I kind of sort of look forward to Saturdays because I know that day I'm going to, do my running around, my errands or whatever. But like yesterday, I didn't have to do that because I had already did everything, took care of everything on Friday. So, yeah, that was a blessing. So y'all, I'll be right back.